All right. Hello, everyone. Casey with Defined Fitness. Today, I am here with Stephanie, and we are going to talk about her fitness journey and what she has learned along the way. So, Steph, 30 seconds or less. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
30 seconds or less. All right. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, yes, I am a busy mom of two little boys. And about this time last year, about February of 2019, I was really unhappy with my weight. I've always battled like trying to fit into clothes and being discouraged when I went shopping. And that's just kind of been what am I trying to think of? You press record and it makes me nervous, but it just always seemed to be like that. I don't know what word I'm thinking of, but so it just was hard. It was a struggle. And so learning how to figure out a new routine and figuring out a fitness routine, that's just what really helped me out a lot. So
tell me, what is your history with like sports fitness? Do you have one?
Okay, right. So growing up, I always wanted to do sports. Like it always intrigued me. But I've never had like an athletic body and things were hard. Like I still can't figure out how to do a cartwheel. I've always been like baffled of the thought, like I can't do a cartwheel. So I had a passion for horseback riding and for the horses. And so I ended up getting into horseback riding lessons. And that was kind of like my sport, my hobby. And so I ended up competing and I did equitation riding. And so a lot of people think it's like rodeo and stuff like that, but there's actually a different style of horseback riding. And so it was a competition and there'd be other competitors and we got judged on like the way our horse performed, the way we looked as a rider and different techniques. And so I did a couple of shows out of state. I did a few different regional and national shows. So that was a lot of fun. But that was kind of my hobby and it was still physically something I could do with my body too.
Yes, I grew up riding horses too. I still do. So
awesome. Yeah.
Woo, I get that.
Yeah. My brother. Oh yeah. My brother growing up, he played. My stepbrother, he played football, and he'd be like at practice and come home, and then I would be riding like 6 to 8 horses a day, just like helping. I was helping my horse trainer. And so we would compare our calves and our leg muscles because I was like, these legs are so strong for staying onto those horses. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not messing around.
No. That was like my only muscle. Yes.
I remember being 10 years old and I had my own horse at the time and I would get 50-pound bag of food here, 50-pound bag of food here, walk up the stairs, dump them in like I'm 10. I probably weighed 85 pounds, but
wow.
It's, just, you gotta be strong.
Yes, you do. Saddle.
The horse's fitness life.
Yep. It's a different type of weight, saddle versus dumbbell,
It's functional.
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. So when did you decide to take like a more structured, traditional approach to your fitness?
So about this time last year, I really, I took a self-love course and like really learned the boundaries of like taking care of myself and really just pushing out of that state of feeling stuck all the time. I was like, well, I'll do home workouts or I will go to the gym. And so I signed up for like a fitness center and I thought, we could work out and then we could go swimming. And we tried that, but it just was not consistent at all.
Yeah. And
so it really took that course for me to really change my mindset and say, like, if I'm going to commit to this, I'm going to go full force. And I also did like a bunch of changes in my marriage and my family and my business. And I just really decided like change needs to happen. And so I couldn't afford it at the time, but I called the closest fitness center that had a kid care. And I said, I want a personal trainer. I'm coming in. I want to commit to somebody and pay for something because I was very intimidated of the gym. And I didn't know where to start. I didn't want to hurt myself. And I needed accountability at this point. So I thought, I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to sign up and I'm going to go. And I'm going to change my life. I want to get healthy and stop feeling so down on myself.
That is awesome. That is
Yeah.
a lot to take on all at once. Like,
Yeah.
2019 must have been a big year for you.
It was very big. Yep. I was at the lowest part of my life, and I'm a mom of 2 little boys. And I thought, life is too short. I work at a hospital and I see people fighting for their life all the time. And so I'm always taken back and like grounded to my, I'm thankful for my health every day. I'm thankful for my abilities. And for me to be down on myself like that, like life is too short and way too beautiful. So it was time to make a change.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I've got like warm fuzzies.
Yeah.
So was there a particular moment or event that kind of triggered this commitment?
I mean, I would say just being really down on myself and just trying to fit into clothes and trying to run in the yard with my kids and play sports. I signed up my 5-year-old for baseball, and we'd be playing. I was chasing balls, and I'm like, I'm winded, and this is not okay. And I went horseback riding. It's been quite a few years since I took a step back from that, but I went horseback riding with my sister, and I was winded, and I'm like, why can't I do the things I used to be able to do? So there wasn't like a specific thing. I think it just was a bunch of things piling up on each other. And then for me to just say, it's time to make changes. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably going to be kind of a loaded question considering everything, but what have you discovered about yourself in the last year?
Oh, so many things. Yeah. So, the biggest thing was just like pushing past like fears, like getting over the fears that I kept holding myself back, like I didn't think I'm not an athletic body, so maybe I shouldn't be in a gym. And so then I just kind of paralyzed myself and never committed to it. So I've learned a lot of just like pushing past those scary things, because there's so much more success once you push past the things that scare you or that intimidate you. If you could just own up to it, push past it. I've noticed a huge transformation for myself. So I think that's just been the biggest thing that I've learned about myself is you just got to push yourself, and it's beautiful on the other side. Once you do, you can accomplish so much. Mm-hmm.
Amen. And so what has been one of the biggest challenges you've faced so far, and how did you overcome that?
With like my nutrition and my weight loss journey, or
with committing to your health and your fitness over the last year, where did like the biggest roadblock come up?
The biggest roadblock for me is probably my nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
I have a really bad sweet tooth, and it's hard to like just overconsume. And so once I figured out, I ended up doing like a specific diet with a support group too, that talked more about like how to connect your mind to like more mindful eating, instead of like, oh, I ate that, I should starve myself now. Like I just went through a battle of like beating myself up over what I ate, and then like that's not healthy. And so I just had to learn the mindset of like mindful eating and just learning how to eat healthy and smaller portions, and meal planning and stuff like that. So I think that was my biggest struggle. I hate cooking. And so luckily my husband is an amazing cook, and he has always been one to like eat nutritious and cook healthy things. So that's been really good too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Having kind of like your partner in crime.
Yes.
Who can do all the things you don't want to do.
I'll do the dishes any day. So
Yes.
we're a great team. I do the dishes and he cooks, and it's good.
That is a good system.
Yeah.
So how would you say your world is looking different, or how are you hoping it'll look as you progress?
Yeah. So the biggest thing that I've noticed is just, well, there's a lot of things, but when I move my body, I feel so much better. I get more accomplished in the day. I feel better about myself. I think just getting those endorphins going, and yeah, my self-confidence has skyrocketed because I am fitting in clothes. I am getting compliments, which feel good.
Yeah.
And like, it feels way good to be complimented on. And so, I think that's just been my, yeah, am I hitting the question?
Yeah.
I
No,
was like, wait,
there's no wrong
uh,
answer.
yeah. So I think that's helped a lot too.
Great.
Yeah.
So, wrapping up here, what piece of advice would you give anyone who's feeling overwhelmed about getting started and making the commitment, even a financial investment in their health?
Yeah. I think if you really want it, then it's just commit to it and find a way that you can set yourself up for success. Find an accountability buddy, like writing down your goals and looking at them almost every day, or somewhere where you can visit it often. That way, you can you can find track your progress and be proud of yourself as you go through your journey, and just owning it and being proud of your journey. We all have to start at some point, so don't beat yourself up, and just figure out where you want to go and just do it. Make a map for it, find accountability, and commit to it.
All right. Awesome. And what results have you seen over the last year?
Yeah. So I started this journey, like I said, around February, March last year, and I've lost 30 pounds today. So from that time to this, yeah, so that's quite a bit. I've also gained muscle. I've gained confidence. I feel better every day, and it's just part of our daily routine now, or not daily, maybe 3 to 5 days a week.
That's great.
Yeah. And it's just we feel better. My husband and I have been going together, which is great too. And yeah, we just feel better, and it's just creating this lifestyle. And we have these little boys that look up to us, and that they see their parents are strong, and we can play in the yard together. So yeah, that's been pretty amazing. So my husband's lost a lot more weight than I have, but
they always do.
Right. So, but I still push myself, and I have been eating better, and I'm more conscious about what I'm eating. And it's just been a really wonderful journey that I'm glad that I jumped in and stayed committed, and I got to where I am. And so I'm really proud of myself.
That's great. And do you talk about your journey a lot on social media, or?
Every now and then, but not so much. Yeah. A little bit.
A little bit. So if somebody did want to follow you or pick your brain, how would be the best way to reach you?
Oh yeah. So I am on Instagram, Steph Morgan 111, and then just Facebook, Steph Morgan. I'm working on building my website right now, but
awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, if anybody has any questions or needs motivation, I'm all about motivating, and so yeah, let me know.